Choices are a part of life, and building a truck is literally no different. Do you want 12 wides or do you want 14 wides? Do you want 33s or do you want 35s? How much trimming do you want to do? How much hacking apart on your cab corners do you want to do? Should I hood stack my Duramax? Sound off in the comments, by the way. The choices are almost never ending. When it comes to tires, there's even more choices out there. Now more than ever, there's dozens of tire companies out there, so which one should you choose, and more importantly, why? I'm Dustin, Dusty.co on Instagram, and in today's video, we're gonna be diving headfirst into tires in a figurative sense, because in a literal sense, that would probably hurt a little bit, because I'm kind of a bigger dude, and diving into tires probably wouldn't end well for me, but you know, either way, and we're finding out just why Radar Tire might be the best tire of 2022. Let's get it. Now, as we're getting into the center of this tire debate, a reminder that if you're looking for a set of tires for your truck, you can check out the entire Radar lineup at customoffsets.com. Just do it. And if Uncle Sam is maybe being a little stingy this year and he's taking his time to get you your tax return back, then hey, no sweat. We've got as low as 0% financing, meaning that you can scoop now and just pay them off once you get your tax return. It's super simple, takes like 3 seconds. You just a couple questions, bam, 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 you're all done, and that's it. Now, when we look at the tire market here in 2022, one thing is for sure. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of tire choices. It seems that almost daily for the last few months, there's been a new XYZ tire company popping up in the market by a new brand name. Some of them have been great, and well, some of them, let's just say, they got some challenges. This is because the last 2 or so years have been really tough when it comes to making tires, especially truck tires. Import tariffs, anti-dumping regulations, and overall just higher cost of production on goods, plus that whole global supply shipping crisis thing with the ship wedged sideways in the canal, right? It's just led to a whole host of problems if you're in the tire game. Suddenly, some of your favorite brands like Nitto or Toyo or even Fury and others became pretty hard to get if you were building a truck. We actually had this happen firsthand when we initially built my Duramax last year. The tires that I originally wanted were back ordered, and unfortunately they couldn't give me an ETA, so instead I ended up running the street tires that you guys saw until I managed to get my hands on a set of mud grips. And as with any market, when demand is high and supply is low, it's going to cause increased competition. Now, I'm no 8th grade economics teacher, and I'm not gonna teach you about supply and demand and stonks, right? But even I can see that over the last 2 or so years, there's been a major grab at that market share for getting new tires into the space. One company that isn't new to the tire space, however, is Radar Tire. Now, Radar is owned by a company called Omni United Tire, who also happens to be under the same umbrella as Patriot Tire. Founded in 2003, Omni has always had a passion for providing quality tires to the market at an affordable price. They manufacture their tires across 11 different manufacturing plants in 4 different countries, and they actually sell their tires in over a dozen countries worldwide, including places like Australia, Canada, and Brazil. But let's talk about actual tires for a second. The Radar lineup is about as extensive as they come. They offer a total of 5 tires ranging from an all-terrain to a straight up down to party R5 mud tire. Radar just has a tire for pretty much everyone. The belle of the ball here though is the Radar Renegade RT, which is the most recent hybrid tire offered by the one and only Radar. Listen, when it comes to hybrids in 2022, it's pretty hard to knock this one. We actually just wrapped up a build on Dustin Johnson's truck, and he's on this tire and he absolutely loves it, you guys. It's quiet, it's smooth on the road, and it still has plenty of capability, you know, should you be trying to like back up the grass hill at LTN after it rained for 3 days, because let's face it, that's just the way the truck shows seem to go. Look at Lone Star Throwdown. It was cold. Plus, the best part is you can get a set of 35 12.5 R20s for right under $1,500, which makes them one of the most affordable and best bang for your buck tires on the market to date. But it's not just about the tires. For starter, Radar is one of the only companies in the game right now that's gonna be certified carbon neutral. Now that sounds really fancy, but what it means is that in 2012, Radar hired this company called Ernst & Young, right? You might have heard of them, to put on a full in-depth study of their tires and the environmental impact that they had. Specifically here, Radar wanted to know how much carbon dioxide was produced along the whole line from the time that they mine the raw materials for the tire all the way till it gets to the end consumer. Now, once they found this, they wanted to combat it, so Radar actually invested a ton of money into planting forests and into safe forestry practices, meaning that starting in 2013, almost 10 years later now, Radar would be the first tire company to be manufactured as a carbon neutral product, and they've maintained that, like we said, over the last 10 years. Also, much like custom offsets, Radar is also into giving back to their community. That's why since 2011, Radar has donated over $1.3 million to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation and has funded over 27,000 total hours of research against this disease. In addition to the money, Radar's also taken upon themselves to spread awareness for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation by launching things like a limited edition pink sidewall tire that they sold out and donated back, and all sorts of things like that. Now, this one hits especially close to home, as I know more than one of us here at Custom Offsets knows somebody and might have somebody in their family who is personally affected by breast cancer. So seeing a company that honestly just gives a shit and gives back to their community like we do is a pretty solid win in our books. One thing is for certain though, Radar tires, they're a solid option for the price. They look great. They offer some dual sidewall options if that's what you're into, so you can really custom tailor that appearance of your truck build. And most importantly, they just downright make a solid quality product that you guys can get here in 2022. We actually have a bunch of Radar stuff in inventory in our warehouse ready to ship to you guys. So what do you guys think about Radar tires? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Drop a comment down below, and as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that, I'm Dustin with Custom Offsets. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.